Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to part 3 of my Axial SMT10 Gravedigger upgrade series. In this part of the series we are going to be upgrading the suspension links and the servo, as well as adding a sway bar. So in the previous part of the series we upgraded the axles by putting heavy duty gears in the rear axle, as well as axle tubes and heavy duty steel drive shaft, axle shaft from Boom Racing. And in the front axle we put in axle tubes, and we started installing the steel drive shafts. First thing we need to do is remove the upper links. Alright. And you'll see why I'm replacing them. These are stock links. They're really like flexible, so okay, we've got the rear upper links installed onto the chassis. Next we're going to reinforce the lower links with these STRC link plates. Here's the part number here, and I will put a link to this product at the bottom of my video. Alright, looks like this bolt's not long enough for the front of the links, so I'll have to find a longer one. Okay, here's a better view of what I'm talking about here. The STRC link plate kit gives you this screw right here. It's not quite long enough or either it needs to thread into the link plate, or it needs to be long enough for a lock nut on the other side, neither of which happens. So I'll have to find a longer screw and a lock nut to use with it. Luckily I was able to find a longer screw in my Yeti leftovers, and I'll have to use that. Alright, finishes the right side, move on to the other side. Alright, as you can see right now, I've got the front done as well. So now both the front and the rear lower links all have the STRC link plates. And the front and the rear also have the upgraded upper links as well. Alright, the next thing I am going to do is to put on a front sway bar, and I'll be using this kit right here, the Bomber rear sway bar kit, and I'll be adding it to the front. The SMT10 does come with extra parts to allow you to add a front sway bar. Right, I'm using here. Alright, now that the front sway bar is assembled, we need to put it on the chassis. Alright, now the front sway bar is also installed on the chassis. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is to install the top half of the drive shafts onto the transmission. Okay, I am going to attach the rear axle back onto the truck. And that completes the rear axle section. It's now time to attach the front axle. Right now, I'm going to front signals. Okay, now we got the front axle mounted. With the front sway bar as well. Now we're going to change the steering servo on this. The steering servo I'll be using is the DS3218. Here. Before I put it on, I'm going to do some testing to make sure it's centered. Alright, I've centered the DS3210 servo, and now to mount it back up to the axle. Alright, so I've got the servo mounted onto the truck, and we're going to be installing the SSD titanium steering links and using a Boom Racing aluminum low profile servo horn. And I'll put links to those two in the bottom of the video too. Definitely. Alright, that concludes this part of my Axial SMT10 Gravedigger upgrade series. And the next thing you'll see is the J-Concepts Renegade tires and, Fire Time tires and Tribute wheels. Thanks for watching.